You only get one life, so it's important to make the most of it. Is it possible to achieve both happiness and success in life? I've been thinking about this for 20 years. And I know that being busy isn't the answer. So how does life work? There are 10 components that make up a successful life. They all fit together, so if one of the parts is weak, then everything slows down. The objective is to enjoy and achieve as much as you can. Live your maximum life. So welcome to video 9, and this is actually the beginning of section 3. Section 3 is about self-discipline. And this particular video is about a large part of self-discipline, which is how to beat procrastination. Procrastination, which is putting off things you don't want to do, is a real cause of stress in people's lives and underachievement in people's lives. It's so important to overcome procrastination and to be able to just do the tough tasks that you need to do in order to get success in your life. So we really need to spend a bit of time looking at procrastination. And I've got, I think it's 9 suggestions here that I wanted to share with you. All you want really is 1 or 2 that work for you. So have a listen to my suggestions, and for each one think, could I use this? Would this work for me to help me to get better at doing those tough tasks when I have to? Making those phone calls, sitting down and doing that bit of work that you can't face or whatever. Successful people do not suffer from procrastination. So my first idea is write it in your diary. Allocate some time into your diary, just put an appointment. And the great thing is you can put it a long way in the future. So you can think, I'm going to do it the month after next. And you just put a few hours into your diary. But of course, that time will come round. And when you get there, you've allocated that time. You might as well do it. Now, this doesn't work for everybody. Some people, when they get there, they just think, oh, I'm not going to do it, and they go and do something else. But what I find is when I get there, I've got an empty block of time. It makes it much easier than normal to do it, because normally I'm always busy. I never have any time to do those things I'm putting off. But if there's a blank chunk of time in my diary, I'm much more likely to do it. And it's a promise to myself, and I feel like a bit of a failure if I've written in my diary and then I don't do it. So I really like that one personally. My second suggestion is to leave the job out visible. Leave it somewhere, say on a desk where it's very easy to fill in that form or write that paper. Or maybe leave your running shoes and tracksuit bottoms by the front door. So then it's really easy to go for that run. Because your brain only needs the tiniest excuse not to do something. Oh, I'm not quite sure where my trainers are. But if they're by the front door, then you're likely to do it. So that's my second thought, leave it out visible. The third one is to break it down into chunks. If you've got something big that you're putting off you just can't face, just tell yourself, I'll do the first bit. All I'll do today is I'll buy the paint for decorating the front room. I won't do any actual painting. I'll just go and choose the colour. And your subconscious thinks, well, I could do that. That would be easy. And of course, now you've made that first step at least. And the chances are, once you've started, you'll carry on and do the whole thing. So break it into chunks and do the first bit. Just get the phone number of the person. You don't have to actually phone them. That's my third strategy. The next strategy, start the day with a tough one. So when you first get into work or when you first get up, just think, what is the worst thing I've got on my list? What is the thing that's stressing me out and making me feel bad? And do that. Just do the worst job. And for the rest of the day, you'll feel great. The rest of the day is going to seem easy compared to that job that you did to start with. So get the first one and do it. And make that a habit every day. What's my worst job? And do it. My next idea is energy levels, fitness and sleep. I don't know about you, but I go through phases of being more fit and less fit. And when I feel a bit fitter physically, my brain feels so much sharper, and I think to myself, right, I'm sick of that job, I'm going to do that. Whereas if I feel a bit unfit or a bit tired, maybe I stayed up a bit late last night, I just think, oh, I can't face that, I'll do it tomorrow. So doing some exercise and getting enough sleep are really important. I'm going to return to the subject of sleep and fitness later actually, but they definitely have an impact on your procrastination habit. The next idea is to reward yourself. So you could say, after I've done that big job that I'm putting off, after I've painted the front room or I filled in my tax form or whatever it is, I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to have some chocolate, or I'm going to go out and have a curry, or I'm going to buy myself some new shoes or watch a film, something like that. So have some little reward. And the reason this works really well is because in your mind there's a battle going on, and your conscious brain is saying, I really should fill in the tax form. And your subconscious goes, nah, I don't want to do that. And if you say to yourself, after I've done it, I'm going to go and have a curry, your subconscious goes, I don't want it. What? Did you say curry? Oh, well, okay, let's do the job then. So your subconscious is like a child, and it can be bribed. So that's why rewarding yourself works. Just one thought though, always pay up. So if you say to yourself, after I do that job, I'm going to have a curry, and then when you've done the job, you think, actually, I won't bother with the curry. Your subconscious goes, right, I'm never doing that again. So it is important to always pay up and give yourself the reward. My next suggestion is to have a taskmaster, an official nagger. Give somebody the job of making sure that you do it. And this might be, say, somebody who comes with you when you go running. You could even hire a personal trainer or whatever, but it might just be a friend. Or at work, you could say to a colleague, if I haven't done that job by Friday, I'm paying for lunch. And then, of course, the subconscious is thinking, right, well, I better do that. I don't want to buy him his lunch. So getting an official nagger and perhaps incentivizing them with a reward can work really well. My next thought is visualize the future. Have a picture in your mind of how great it will be if you do it, or how bad it will be if you don't do it. So imagine your lovely front room, it's all beautifully decorated, and you're thinking to yourself, why didn't I do that years ago? This is great. Or imagine if you don't fill in the tax form, and then you leave it till the day before it's due, and that's the day that your computer breaks down, or you're really ill, or your cat is ill, and you end up not filling it out, and you end up having to pay a much bigger tax bill. And that might be enough to make you think, I really need to get on with that. So build up a picture in your mind of either how great it will be or how bad it will be. And my last tactic to overcome procrastination, which might be the one you like best, is to plunge in and get started. Just make that phone call before you've decided exactly what you're going to say. Just start filling in that form. Just start writing that report. And at least you've got started then. So plunge in and get started. So the main thing is, go back over those again, maybe make notes during the video, and decide which method are you going to have as your personal way to overcome procrastination. It's really important to do that.
Live your maximum life.